So starting off on your fashion journey can be overwhelming to say the least. With all of the very stylish people on Instagram posting such crazy outfits, it can be easy to feel like you have to go from 1 to 100 just to feel like you know what you're doing. But in my experience and with most things, it's best to start out simple. So today we're going to be talking about some really budget-friendly, easy pieces that you can buy to make you instantly more stylish. What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. My name is Austin. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. But let's go ahead and get into the list.
So let's talk about some pants. I have a few good options depending on really what style you're going for. So the Dickies 874 is a super classic pant. It has a wide straight fit, only retails for around $30 and is available in a whole bunch of different colors. It's not the greatest quality pair of pant. It's made out of 65% polyester, only 35% cotton, but for a good starter pant for people who want to start experimenting with their style, I'd say it's a perfect option to start. A good pair of jeans is definitely a staple in any wardrobe, and the biggest advice I give people whenever they ask for which jeans to buy is just to make sure they're buying ones that are 100% cotton. Having ones all made out of cotton is going to make them fit to your body better and overall last a lot longer. Out of all the jeans from the more budget brands out there, the ones that I personally like the most have been the Abercrombie Baggy Jean. They're made out of 100% cotton, are available in a whole bunch of different colors. They retail for around $90, which is a bit more expensive than other brands, but you can often find them on sale. If you're looking for a more budget option, Uniqlo also offers a very similar jean for $49.90. The only downside is that it's available in only 4 colors, so not much to choose from. Levi's is definitely always a solid place to get a good pair of jeans. You can always go with my favorite fits, which are probably the 568, which is more of a loose straight, the 569, which is their baggy, or you can go with one of their classics like the 501 or the 505. The only thing I'd keep in mind is to make sure you're checking that material composition and that they are 100% cotton. Depending on the color of the jean can change what they're made of, so make sure you're double checking. All of these retail for around $60 to $90, so plenty to choose from depending on your budget. For more streetwear fits, I would say that a good pair of wide-fitting cargo pants is a good option to have. For me, I think the Uniqlo wide cargo pants are probably the best option just for what you're getting for the price. They have a bunch of different variations of their cargo pants they've released depending on which collection it's part of, but honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them. If you're going for more of a workwear vibe, I would definitely recommend the classic Carhartt double knee pant. These have definitely gone out of style over the past couple years, but you really just can't beat how good of a quality of pant this is for just around $60. If you are looking for pants that have more of a military vibe to them, I would check out the brand Bronson MFG, which is a smaller brand out of Hong Kong. They focus on creating reproduction items of old military gear that are really good quality and for a really fair price. This pair of green fatigue pants that they offer are only $54.99. I tried them on in a previous video and I think they have a great fit and great quality, and honestly, yeah, just a great brand to check out. Now moving on to shoes, we have a lot of options because there are definitely a lot of different styles out there, starting with leather dress shoes. For anything like loafers or boots or anything around that type of style, I would definitely stick with the classic Doc Martens. It's just really hard to beat their price to quality ratio, especially if this is a style that you're new to and want to try it out. A solid pair of loafers will probably run you around $150, and even though you do have to probably spend some time breaking them in, this is something that you're going to experience with a lot of shoe brands, and it's not just unique to Doc Martens. Another brand I'd recommend you guys checking out is JosephT. They do a lot of great affordable alternative to very popular silhouettes. They'll probably retail for around that $100 to $200 price range, but they're overall still great quality. The 2 pairs that I have Vibram outsoles with the Ortholite insole, so they're gonna last you a long time while still being pretty comfortable. All right, so moving on to running shoes. Definitely the hottest brand right now has got to be ASICS with their 1130s, the 2160s, or the Kayano 14s. Depending on which style you go for, they all pretty much look the same when it comes to your outfit. For a more budget option, go for the 1130s. They're only going to retail for $100, which is honestly a steal for the quality of shoe that it is. The 2160s only slightly more expensive at $120 if you want a slightly different look. And the Kayano 14s will be the most expensive at $150. Each of these models are available in a ton of colorways, so there's definitely a lot of options to choose from. And honestly, I don't really think you can go wrong with any of them. Moving on to New Balance, it's pretty much going to be the same story as ASICS. They're going to be great quality shoes that all pretty much do the same thing for an outfit. For a more budget option, you have the 740 at 110. At slightly more expensive, you have the 2002R, which I personally still think is a good looking shoe at around 150. For something with more of a slimmer silhouette, you have the 1906R, which is going to retail around 155. And also the best quality shoe that they make, but also at the highest price point, is going to be anything within their 990 series. They're all going to retail for around $200, but these shoes are incredible. The quality of them is amazing. They last a super long time and they are really comfortable. For something more timeless that can go with a lot of different outfits, the Converse Chuck 70 is definitely the best way to go. They retail for $90, are available in a whole bunch of different colors. Just make sure you're getting the 70 version. They have better quality canvas and are overall a little more comfortable. For these, definitely size down a half size, as these do run a little big. If you want to go for more of a Gorp Core hiking vibe, I would definitely recommend checking out the brands Hoka and Salomon. Hoka has both their Tor Ultra Low sneakers or their Tor Summit sneakers. Both I think look great, are available in a couple different colors, but do retail for around $200 just because they do have that hiking technology in there. And from Salomon, I'm sure you've seen them around, but the XT6 is super popular right now. The XT4 is also a good option, especially if you have a wider feet, because the XT6 does tend to fit very narrow. Both of these also retail for around that $200 price point, so definitely not a cheap sneaker, but definitely a great option for something to look a little more stylish. And to cap it off, we have really any type of low profile sneaker like the Adidas Samba. There are a lot of different models that Adidas offer in this type of style. The Handball Spezial, the GAZELLE, all retail for around $100. And another shoe in this style that I know has been gaining a lot of popularity is the Puma Speedcat. I've been seeing mostly a lot of younger people wearing them, but if you like the style, I would definitely recommend checking them out. Now moving on to outerwear, just have a few options here just to trying to keep it more budget friendly, starting off with the Dickies Insulated Eisenhower jacket. This is a classic workwear style jacket, only retails for around $70, is available in a whole bunch of different colors. At this point, a lot of brands do have their own version of this jacket, but in my opinion, the Dickies one is definitely still the way to go. Uniqlo has their own version, but it's unlined and not very warm, while the Dickies one is going to have some insulation and padding in it. Carhartt has their own classic version, but if you were to buy a new one right now, they slightly changed the silhouette of it where they have a lower drop in the back of the jacket, which in my opinion kind of ruins it. Another jacket I definitely recommend is the Uniqlo Utility Short Blouson jacket. This is another workwear type jacket that kind of looks more like a chore coat. It has a great cropped fit with a corduroy collar and is also lined with a plaid fabric, which is definitely a nice detail. The price is also really great at around $70 and might be one of the items on the list that I would most recommend. Another type of jacket I'd recommend people getting is a nice denim jacket. I typically would recommend people going for more of a loose or wider fit, like this Levi's Type 2 Selvedge jacket, which retails for only around $100. These are gonna last you a long time. They definitely go with a lot of different outfits and are just really easy to throw on. All right, so for t-shirts, I have a lot of different options depending on what style you want. For more of a standard classic fit, definitely go with the Uniqlo U crewneck t-shirt. Whole bunch of different colors, made out of 100% cotton and only for around $20. If you're looking for something a little bit more expensive, the 9-ounce US cotton tubular t-shirt from Bronson MFG is also great. They retail for around $25, but you can definitely tell there's an increase in quality there. If you want to go with something more trendy and have a cropped fit, I think Abercrombie is probably doing that the best right now. They sell them for around $40, but again, they often do go on sale. Like right now, while I'm checking it, they are on clearance for around $25. And for more of an oversized fit, would definitely go for the Uniqlo Airism cotton oversized t-shirt, which retails for around $20. For hoodies, I have a few affordable options for you, starting with the Champions reverse weave hoodie. They definitely have a more standard fit if that's what you want. They retail for around $65, but these hoodies are great quality. They're gonna last you a really long time and they're gonna conform to your body so that they're gonna get better with each wear. If you want more of an oversized fit hoodie, the two I would recommend are the ones from Abercrombie. They have their Essential Popover hoodie. It retails for $60. Again, is available in a whole bunch of different colors. And in my opinion, fits pretty oversized, so I would recommend if you're more on the heavy or big side. My personal favorite has to be the Gap Heavyweight Oversized hoodie. This one has much more of a cropped wide fit compared to the Abercrombie one. Is also gonna be a little bit more expensive at $90, but again, you can also get this one on sale. And in my opinion, definitely has the best fit out of the three.
And that is gonna do it with my very exhaustive list of items for you guys to check out. Hopefully you guys found this helpful and I wasn't just rambling to myself the entire time. Let me know what other items you guys would recommend. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.